Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our first Wellness Wednesday of the season. We're doing another at least 13 weeks as people keep signing on. So right now we're going all the way through Patricia on January 12th. So I'm really glad that this is so popular, and I think we really need it. I certainly do, coming through the COVID. So I want to introduce you to Sharon Bourke from Life Energy Foundation. She is our sponsor for the series. Thank you so much, Sharon. We'll hear from her after Aaron. And our speaker today is Aaron from LaunchSP. So I'm going to turn it right over to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Margie, and welcome back to everyone. I feel really fortunate to be able to open this up. It was a great series during COVID, and a lot of great information and guidance from several professionals across Rockville. So that was awesome, and I'm happy to be here with all of you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a physical therapist at Launch. We do PT and fitness coaching, and host some senior events and classes and exercise classes and stuff like that. So we focus on the more physical and aspect of wellness, and that sort of bleeds into other areas. But getting started again, I kind of wanted to take a step back and look at a broad overview of wellness, sort of to introduce this to everyone, get our minds on the right path, sort of regarding wellness, what it means, how it affects us, how it affects others, and sort of guiding us in our own health, as well as the work we do with others in serving, caring for, and interacting with other people. I think as we get into the series more over the 13 weeks that are scheduled and beyond, we can get more specific on how to improve wellness. But right now, I just want to take a broad overview. So I think a lot of times it's not given enough breadth. I think oftentimes people think of wellness in physical and mental, and that's it. I think it's good to focus on those two things, but I think it's more generally improving the whole state of a human being in its entirety. So I know that's broad, but I liked looking at a model that sort of breaks it down into 7 different elements or aspects. So physical is one, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual, environmental, and occupational. I think, physical is how we experience the world, obviously. It's our vessel. Emotional, how we handle and meet circumstances that we're given and find ourselves in. Intellectual is the knowledge, wisdom, and the growing of our own truth and how we know the world. Social is connecting with others and, like their worlds, sort of ours and theirs melding. I think spiritual, we need connection to something outside of ourselves and bigger than ourselves, a mission or a deeper purpose. I think that is necessary in our happiness and wellness. Environmental, not necessarily the earth, though. I mean, that is a part of it, but also the situations we put ourselves in, and whether it's work, occupational, or social gatherings, but sort of the environments that we find and put ourselves in. And then occupational kind of ties into that spiritual purpose. Hopefully our occupation, we spend a lot of time in our day doing that. So hopefully it's something that we are invested in and enjoy and find meaning in. I think ideally it's the manifestation of our passion. I think that's what our job and occupation should be. And if any of you wants to stop me as I'm rambling on, please just pop in, interrupt me. That is all good. And sort of when I think about these 7 aspects, the image that comes to my head is a little cluster of trees, right? I don't necessarily like thinking of pillars because I think trees interact with each other, right? They share nutrients, they communicate with each other. When they topple over or catch fire or have disease, they spread it to one another. But also when they're healthy and living, they give nutrients to one another. So I think that's a good analogy for this, these aspects of wellness, because when one's not going well, it can take from the others. When one's going well, it can give to the others. So I think overall, some good questions to ask ourselves when we're thinking about wellness is it improving my state of being in any form, right? As we go through life, if we're going through difficult decisions or come to a fork in the road, I think that's a good question to ask. Is it improving one of these aspects of wellness? And that can be a guiding force. Another question, is it improving the state of other human beings' wellness? Because that is also very important. I think even though we have our own sort of cluster of trees in wellness, we're a part of a much larger forest of people. So we affect other people. Our wellness affects them, just as I'm sure some of you and all of us, are affected by other people. Our energy and our, sort of life force is infectious. When we're at the top of our lives, we bring people up. When we're really down, sometimes we can bring other people down. And I know we've all experienced that from other people, from ourselves. So I think it's worthwhile to think of these questions in how to improve ourselves, our own wellness, and the wellness of others. And I think it's important, if wellness of others with our own selves, we need to get our own cluster of trees healthy, right? Some of that comes from elsewhere, like the social aspect, but a lot of that comes from our own drive and what we put into ourselves and making us healthy. So I think it's necessary to live happy and fulfilling life, encouraging others to live their own best lives. So I think when it comes down to how to improve wellness, I think eating right, exercising, engaging in healthy social events. And what I mean by that is, you know your own self. I know my own bad habits. I don't want to encourage them. You don't want to surround yourselves with people that are bringing you down. Certainly in the work of healthcare, you find people that are really down, and that's not what I mean, because we want to help those people. But on your own time, you don't want to, thank you, Sharon. Yeah, you don't want to share your bad habits or support them. You want to improve yourself. You want to, grow and be better. And I think we all know better, and it's really easy to fall into bad habits, but you want to try as you can to get away from those. Surrounding yourself with people that are truthful, not just yes people. I think, we need to hear the good and the bad. And when we're told of what is bad, it means a lot more coming from someone who is truthful, rather than someone who's perennially negative, or someone who is, chronically positive only. So I think that level of truth is needed. I think getting outside is important. It's a little rainy today, so it's not, an everyday thing if it's storming, but also like the occupational thing. I think pursuing a project or job, or even volunteer work, or some sort of mission that is outside of yourselves, is necessary. I think there are several studies that show that helping others and being altruistic is a really big thing in your own happiness. So I think that is an important factor to take with us. And let's see. So I think we each bring our own thing to the table. I think Launch in PT works on that, physical aspect. The body is kind of a vehicle to experience life. So we need that in all of the other things. But I mean, if you're down, you want to be able to rely on some people to help you up. So you want to surround yourself with a good other cluster of trees. You want to have a good support system. You want to, improve yourself in all facets, right? So intellectually, you should be, trying to read, trying to learn more. Emotionally, should be aware of how you're handling situations. The spiritual thing is different for everyone. I don't want to get on a soapbox and, put my spiritual thoughts into other people. I think it's a journey everyone needs to take on their own. But getting into something bigger than yourself, I think, is important. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. So yeah, I mean, I think all of that is important, and I think I still remember from the first series, Josh Funk talked about the aggregation of marginal gains, right? And I think that applies here as well, and I think that's a really important thing. Sorry, I meant Josh from R2P. So that, not that you need to accomplish all of these things in one day, right? You don't need to take each day and focus on all 7 of these aspects. You don't need to work out for an hour every day. You don't need to put yourself into some emotional difficulty to grow from it. You don't need to read a whole book a day. But if you try to accomplish one little step in one category each day, like something at your job today, do something more than you have yesterday, and that's it. You'll plant a seed and grow your little area. So I think it's really important to try to better yourself every day, even if it's a little bit. And that's not necessarily taking an action. Sometimes that's inaction. If you're overwhelmed and burnout, sometimes it's taking a step back. But you really want to work on yourself, listen to yourself, so that you can bring that to the world and to other people, and be your best self. So that's my take on wellness.
Say something there, Aaron, because I think you hit on a huge great point there. Giving yourself permission. Sometimes, like working, we always feel like it's an action step, it's a doing things, but sometimes it's a not doing. I think that's really important, is to allow yourself, as Aaron says, sometimes it's taking a step back and doing something that isn't what we normally term working. And that is working on yourself. So I think that was a really big point, Aaron.
Thank you.
Especially right now.
Well, Sharon, why don't we go right into you being the sponsor and tell us about Life Energy? This is a good segue for that.
Okay, if Aaron's finished. Okay, so I am the executive director of the Life Energy Foundation, and what we do is give people tools and resources to help with chronic conditions. And like this, I mean, I view this as, we sponsor this because the tools and resources you get out of this are so valuable. Every Wednesday I come away with something going, yeah, that's such a cool little nugget that I need to put in what I'm going to term my resiliency outfit, because I'm sick of using toolbox. And I love dressing nicely. So that's my resiliency outfit. And the one beauty about this, which I found out about late through our last series, is this series is open to everybody. So please bring your friends. this is all what we're about, is spread the word. I mean, Aaron hit on some awesome points today, and great launch is, let's get general. Let's just look at what could be part of our resiliency outfit, and what things would we want to put on it or add to it. And so thank you all for coming, and thanks for, supporting us, and please share. Don't keep it all to yourself.
Okay, thank you so much, Erin, for launching off the series, and thank you everyone for coming. Next week, it's Aubrey from Vitality Fitness, followed by Susan from Thrive Yoga. And then we'll have Tim, the new person from rehab, to perform, and then Pain Arthritis Relief Center. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So yes, you will definitely get a nugget each Wednesday for your resiliency outfit. I love that. I'm going to copy that, Sharon. So thank you for sponsoring, everybody. Thank you for being here, and have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you again, Erin.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Aaron shared with me he worked a 12-hour day yesterday and then turned around and came on Wellness Wednesday. So thank you so much.
Yeah, that's great.
Congrats on the opening. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.